This one requires honesty. Not from me. From you. Think about the last relationship that had real potential. Someone who was actually available, actually consistent, actually good for you. And somewhere along the way, something in you started pulling away, or picking fights over nothing, or suddenly finding reasons it couldn't work, and it ended. And if you're really honest, some part of you knows you had more to do with that than you've admitted to yourself. Here's what nobody tells you. That pattern is not a personality flaw. It's not bad luck. It's not that you're too much or not enough. It's a wound, a very specific, very personal wound that your birth chart has been mapping all along. And once you see it clearly, something shifts. Not immediately, but permanently. Let me show you what I mean. Why this really happens. Relationship self-sabotage is not about not wanting love. Every person who does this wants love. Deeply, often desperately. It's about what happens in the nervous system when love starts to feel real. When someone is genuinely available, genuinely kind, genuinely consistent, something triggers. Not excitement. Fear, a deep, often unconscious fear that says, this is too good. This won't last. If I let this in and it's taken away, I won't survive it. And so the self-protective part of you, the part that was formed long before you had any conscious say in the matter, starts to act. It picks a fight. It goes cold. It finds the flaw. It leaves before it can be left. In astrology, this pattern is not random. It is written in your moon sign, in your Saturn placement, in how Pluto aspects your Venus, in the specific architecture of your emotional wiring. Your chart doesn't just describe who you are, it describes the wound underneath who you are. And for most people, that wound is running their love life from the shadows. Silently, persistently, and completely below conscious awareness. Until now. Your sign's sabotage pattern. Let's get specific. Here is how each sign tends to sabotage what's good, and the wound underneath it. Aries. Starts fights to test if love is strong enough. Wound. If you really knew my intensity, you'd leave. Antidote. Trust doesn't require a stress test. Taurus holds on so tight they suffocate what they love. Wound. Everything good eventually leaves. Antidote. Love held lightly stays. Love gripped dies. Gemini intellectualizes the feeling until it disappears. Wound. If I feel this fully, it will overwhelm me. Antidote. Stay in the body long enough to feel what's actually there. Cancer. Withdraws into their shell the moment they feel most seen. Wound. Being truly known means being truly hurt. Antidote. Being known is not a vulnerability to survive. It is the point. Leo. Sentimentality escalates their needs until the relationship collapses under the weight. Wound. Without the performance, I am not enough. Antidote. Being loved for who you are, not how you shine, is the only real love. Virgo criticizes the relationship into the ground. Wound. Love disappears if I stop maintaining it perfectly. Antidote. Let something be good without fixing it. Libra. Creates imbalance precisely when harmony would require true intimacy. Wound. If they see me without the grace, the love ends. Antidote. Being loved in your mess, not just your elegance. Scorpio. Test people until they prove the worst. Wound. Everyone eventually betrays. Antidote. Choosing to trust is not naivety. For Scorpio, it is the bravest thing possible. Sagittarius runs the moment the relationship asks for roots. Wound. Freedom and love are incompatible. Antidote. A love spacious enough to contain your wandering exists, but you have to stay long enough to find it. Capricorn. Is so focused on building the future they forget to live the present. Wound. Love is demonstrated through action, not presence. Antidote. Being felt is not inefficiency, it is the entire point. Aquarius. Stays so detached their partner feels alone inside the relationship. Wound. Emotional need is weakness. Antidote. Being needed by one person you love is not a limitation of freedom. It is its most meaningful expression. Pisces. Falls in love with the idea of the person and loses the actual relationship. Wound. Reality will always disappoint me. Antidote. Loving someone real with all their limitations is not a lesser love. It is harder, and it is actually love. Here's what I want you to understand before we go any further. Recognizing your pattern in that list is a start, but knowing which sign you are is only the surface. The real question, the one that actually changes things, is deeper than that. Which specific placement in your chart is driving the sabotage? Is it your moon in conflict with Saturn? Pluto making a hard angle to your Venus? Your 7th house ruler in a position that keeps recreating the same dynamic? Because two people with the same sun sign can have completely different sabotage patterns, rooted in completely different wounds. Because their full charts are different. This is exactly where most people get stuck. They read about their sign, they recognize the pattern, and then they don't know what to do with that information because they're missing the deeper layer. The personal layer, the layer that says, this is your specific wound, this is where it lives in your chart, and this is what your soul is actually asking you to heal. That deeper layer is what a real personalized reading gives you. And it's the reason I want to tell you about moon reading. Because in all the time I've spent exploring astrology tools, I haven't found anything that goes this deep, this personally, for free. Moon reading takes your exact date of birth and generates a reading that doesn't describe Scorpio in general or Cancer in general. It describes you, your emotional architecture, your relationship patterns, the specific wounds written into your personal chart, and the path your soul is genuinely asking you to take. People describe reading it and feeling like someone finally named the thing they've been carrying for years. Not a vague resonance, a specific personal recognition, the kind that makes you stop mid-sentence and think, how does this know that? If today's video opened a door, this reading walks you through it. The link is in the description and pinned in the comments right now. It's completely free to start. It takes less than 2 minutes. And what you receive is not a generic zodiac description. It is a personalized reading built specifically around your birth date, exploring the depths of your emotional world, your relationship patterns, and what your chart says about the love you are actually capable of. Once you stop protecting yourself from it, you've already done the hard part today. You watched this video. You recognize something. Don't let that recognition evaporate. Click the link. Get your reading. Give yourself the map. Because the pattern you've been living, the one that ends the good things before they have a chance, that pattern has a reason. And the reason has a solution. And the solution starts with understanding yourself at a level most people never reach. You're closer to that than you think. You didn't sabotage those relationships because you didn't love enough. You sabotaged them because some part of you didn't yet believe that love was something you were allowed to keep. That belief is not the truth. It is a wound. And wounds with enough honesty and enough light heal. Drop your sign in the comments. Be honest. Did you recognize your pattern today? You don't have to share the full story. Just name it. Sometimes acknowledging it to a stranger is the first step towards stopping it with someone you love. If this reached something real in you, share it. Someone in your life is carrying this exact pattern right now and has no language for it yet. Give them this. Next week, What your North Node says about the love your soul actually came here to experience, not the love your wound keeps recreating. The real one. Until then, be gentle with yourself. The fact that you're here asking these questions means the pattern is already losing its grip. That's everything.